When life gives you an orange lemon,
you create a spooky podcast. Ooh. That was actually kind of scary because you weren't the one moving it.
This is my mom. Ooh. Anyways. That one was unexpected either. Anywho.
Welcome back
to episode 2 of the spooky season. Woo. And like every other spooky season episode season thing, spooky, we will have our annual spooky the annual spooky mug right here. Can you guess what it is? It's a bat.
You didn't even give them time to guess what it is. You just do it. You guess what it is? It's a bat.
Can you guess what it is? Can you guess what it is? It's a cat. Just kidding.
It's a bat. It's a bat.
It's a bat, guys. You know, or like last week's was a Dracula, so like, you know, he kind of like changed into into his form. We're just putting random stuff on me.
We're gonna title this episode Dulce has a ghost in her home.
Dulce has a ghost in her home? I think I do. She haunts me every day. No, I'm just kidding.
Happy Halloween. Oh.
The ghost prevented me from listening to your next sentence.
So happy Halloween week, everybody. It's almost Halloween.
I need to practice my witch laugh. I'll get better, I promise. I'll be like,
So today we're actually recording again, like last week's episode. We're recording pretty late at night. It's currently 8:11 p.m. right now when we're recording. So we decided to do this episode in our PJs. So that's what we're in right now. Yeah,
yes. We wanted to keep that theme of like spookiness at nighttime situation. That's why we're doing them late.
So I don't really have like a PJ set. So I just wear a shirt and some shorts. So that's my PJ.
At least you look cool. I literally, okay, first of all, don't judge me. I've never seen the Mandalorian, but I have a Mandalorian shirt here. And don't even get me started on my bottoms. They're flamingos, if you wanted to know. Not going to show you guys, though, because that's kind of weird.
So, yeah, welcome to our new episode. Thank you for listening. And we're just going to get right into it. We're going to give you like a little Halloween quote, and then we'll start talking. So the quote is, "Trick or treat, bags of sweets, ghosts are walking down the street." And it's by Unknown.
This is like fits perfectly in with my ghosts all around this house right now. They're just walking all over here.
Yes, and with that quote, we decided to talk about our Halloween like experiences, like how we feel walking around our neighborhood during Halloween, like if we're scared, if we're excited, how do we feel when we see like those scary decorated houses? So, Dulce, you want to start?
I love seeing people in any holiday spirit, but when it comes to Halloween, especially Halloween night, I get so scared to go into those houses. I always double check if there's like hopefully like an old lady standing like sitting there and she just has like the bowl and there's like no tree like no what's it called, no decorations, mostly because that's when you know that you're in the safe clear and you won't get attacked by anything. That's just kind of like my mentality. It's like a strategy. If I see something within like 10 yards of me and it moves, I'm not going anywhere near your house.
Me, when I'm walking down the street, like I'm like excited to see like what costumes I see around. But I'm also kind of scared because like it's dark, and I'm just like, oh, like it's really dark. And when I see like those scary decorated houses, I go in them, but I'm kind of just like when I'm walking in, I'm like looking everywhere. I'm like, okay, is there someone here? If I see like something sitting on a chair, I was like, okay, that could possibly be a real person. So I'm like, I'm gonna like scoot a little more, like I'm gonna walk away.
Joanna's mentality is like, it's a trap. That's a trap. That's a trap. That's
Yes.
another trap.
I do
um,
think like that. Like if there's like a truck, maybe I'm like, okay, there might be someone behind this truck. Like there's probably someone behind this truck.
Look, I feel like I got traumatized by like the teenage kids when I was younger. Because when the teenage kids were like all Halloweened up, they would wear like the mask and they would just like to like chase those kids. Like, stop chasing kids at Halloween if you're a teenager. It's traumatizing. I got traumatized. Like, that's why I always like when I see someone with a mask or anything that I cannot see your face or your head, I'm just like, okay, I'm staying away from you for sure. And I literally would always when I go by a house that has like scare people, like people who are doing like jump scares, I always like cross the street and I'm like, there's no way I'm walking past that. No. My parents would be like, just walk by. Nope. I'm literally gonna cross the street to walk the other way.
Let's. Okay, sorry, I was yawning. I'm already tired.
Joanna's already bored of this podcast.
No, I'm tired. It's 8, guys. You guys didn't know. I go to sleep. Well, I actually don't in my mind. I go to sleep around 12, but I go to bed like by either 10 or 11. But I struggle to fall asleep. It takes me an hour to fall asleep, and like I'm not on my phone or anything. It just takes me an hour. So it's almost my bedtime.
I
Whoa,
never sleep.
it doesn't sleep. It's all about the hustle. Okay,
it's
so
it's all about turning in our last minute assignments at 12. If
okay,
you know,
so
you know.
I don't know. Okay. Okay, yes, I remember what I was gonna say. Okay. So Dulce,
Okay.
I know you're saying okay. Okay.
Okay.
Okay, for real this time. So Dulce, do you still trick or treat? I still trick or treat. Well, at least this last year. I don't know. This year is probably not gonna happen, but last year I still trick or treated. You?
I was gonna tell you that. I was like, well, I don't think about this year anymore,
Mm-hmm.
but um so I'm not really a trick or treater. I don't think it's a bad thing. I actually think it's really cool and it's like kind of brings you back to your childhood kind of thing. But I just, to be honest, I didn't grow up on that. Like, if I would go trick or treating, but I would just walk like literally one line, like that was it for me. But with my sister now that she's growing, she wants to trick or treat, she wants to dress up, she wants to get candy. Um, we go. So like last year, I actually went trick or treating for I think the first time in a very long time that I did that, and it was just so much fun because my sister doesn't like the candies that I like, so like I would just get the candies that she doesn't like and I like, and we would just switch off, and I just get free candy. Like I was a happy camper.
Can you tell my eyes that I'm getting tired?
Joanna's like slowly going a little bit insane.
It's okay. We want to get these podcasts out for you guys. We hope you guys like
Yes.
listening to them. And I
Yes.
think with that, we can go into our versus segment. So today's versus segment, it's okay. I am.
Sophomore year.
It's because I thought we did like some math wrong. I thought the years didn't align. I was like, wait. Okay, so today's versus segment is about 2019. We were sophomores in high school. Now this, I don't remember what I was. I'm pretty sure I dressed up, but I don't remember what I was. So Dulce, take it away first.
Take it away. Thanks for putting me on the spot here. I'm trying to just kind of like sneak in really quick. If I'm not mistaken, and I genuinely want to say that I'm hopefully not mistaken, I feel like what I was for Halloween for sophomore year, I genuinely think I was Veronica that year. I think something in my mind is telling me that I was Veronica that year because I actually have like a similar dress to like what you wore, but you actually got the dress that she wore. Like it's official. Mine was just like a knockoff version of that. But I was either Veronica or Betty because like I mentioned, I think during sophomore year I was just kind of not feeling it anymore. I wasn't. I think for me, because I know Joanna for one of the years didn't dress up because she just didn't, and that was kind of like my mood. I feel like trying to think for sophomore year I didn't dress up for anything. Give me a second. Let me just double check that. Let me get my facts straight really quick. Did you find yours by any chance?
No, I don't know. That's what I'm gonna say. I'll be back. I'm gonna go ask my parents to see if they remember.
Okay, stop recording. You gotta dress it. I can't believe it. I knew something was off with it. I couldn't put my finger on it.
I know. Well, hi everyone. So we just took a break right now because we couldn't remember what our costumes were. So we took some time to think about it. And while thinking about it, we realized that we messed up the years. I think it happened that we skipped 2016. I think that was the year we skipped. We said that 2017 was when we were in 8th grade, but it's actually 2018 was when we were freshmen. So we skipped the year. So just wanted to let you guys know.
Yes, so we apologize on our behalf. So yes, so that's bad on our part. I feel like we weren't really focused on the dates, which we should have done, but we were more focused on what we were wearing to make sure that we can align it to. We were guiding ourselves more on like the grade we were in. I feel like I was.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that's what mixed us up. So we did graduate. We were in 8th grade in 2017. We graduated in 2017. So I think that's why our mentality was like 2017 is 8th grade.
Yeah. So we skipped the year. Sorry again, but we'll fix it now. Now we're sophomores in high school. This episode is when we're sophomores in high school, and it is 2018, if I'm right. Yes, it's 2018.
Yes, 2018.
Now it is 2018. It is 2018 now. I think last episode we said it was 2018, but sorry, we got that wrong. It is now officially 2018. And we're sophomores.
Not 2020. It's 2018 now.
Yes. And I'll go first with my costume. So I was actually Olive Oil, Popeye's girlfriend. Guys, don't come at me for this one because I've never watched Popeye, but yet I dressed up as Olive Oil.
You've never watched Popeye?
No.
Where was your childhood?
Again, like all my Halloween costumes, it was super last minute. I don't think I was gonna dress up, or I was planning on dressing up as something, but it didn't work. And it happened that my aunt and my uncle, they like to dress up for Halloween, like as a couple pair. So they were actually gonna be Popeye and Olive Oil. So they ordered the costumes, but it didn't end up fitting them. So she gave me the costumes, and she gave me both actually, Popeye and Olive Oil. I was gonna dress up as Popeye, but then I decided.
Who was the Popeye to your Olive Oil?
Me.
Roast.
It was me.
You guys stop.
I was both characters.
Try to get tea. Didn't work out.
The costume just came with the dress, so it wasn't really much. I just put my hair like in a ponytail, and then I wore the dress, and I put on like some white Vans, and that was it. Last minute. All of my costumes are so last minute, including the one we're going to talk about the next podcast.
I can't wait to see your costume on Friday. So stay tuned.
It's last minute because I don't have it yet.
Stay tuned because trust me, I've been planning my costume since the very last detail. And then Joanna over here, she's been telling me, she's like, I always do everything last minute. And I'm like, with her costumes, and I'm like, this is gonna be interesting.
That's where like I really get inspired because I'm like, oh, Halloween is close. What am I gonna do? What do I have around my closet?
But anyways, for me, I was Veronica this year. And I actually remember that I actually purchased a dress that I originally wore for the 2016 one. Now that it is 2016, we were in 8th grade. For the Harry Potter one, I actually just wore a simple black dress with a collar, and that's kind of like Veronica's classic look. And then if you listen to the last week's podcast episode, Joanna mentioned that she was Veronica. She got the actual costume. Like it says, I think V, like the V for Veronica on the costume.
Like on the collar it just said Riverdale, like the show.
Oh, okay. Well, it was like official Riverdale merch. Mine was a knockoff version that I got at Hot Topic.
Now that you mentioned that you said that you just put like a collar in that, I do remember you dressing up like that. She just loved my costume so much, guys. That
I just copied her.
I have to be like Joanna. Like I'm gonna wear Veronica. I'm gonna be Veronica.
Don't even mess with my braid.
Don't mess with her braid again. If you haven't listened to that, very crucial you listen to it, because if you ever encounter Dulce and you're wearing that braid, take it off right away. Take it off right away. Like,
I mean, okay, I don't want to sound like we're gonna but if this podcast does great in the future and then people come up to me, and to us, just double check you're wearing a good hairstyle that day. Before you ask us, like, hey, oh my god, are you Joanna? Are you Dulce from Lemon Talk? No, I'm just kidding. I won't attack you. Maybe a little bit.
No, we're just kidding, guys. She won't. It's just a joke, but you should totally listen to that podcast because it was funny.
So yeah, I won't attack you, but you should still be aware. Anyways, so I did dress up like Veronica because I think at this point I kind of had long hair, but then I cut it off. So I just kind of just became the shirt cut version of Veronica. And I just brought, I even wanted to go as far as to bring a purse to school, but I was in sophomore year and I was carrying books and notebooks and I was just carrying too much to fit in one purse. So I brought my backpack. I lived and I learned. And I think I did bring heels that day and I regretted it. Because I think I even took them off. We were playing basketball at one point during PE. I took them off and I was just playing with my bare foot.
Here comes a throwback to Jughead.
Because I couldn't play basketball, and people know this about me if you know me, right? But I love basketball and I love to play basketball. So when I get offered to play basketball, I'm all in, hands on deck. I even played basketball with like booties on.
Oh, Dulce, every time you say something, it like triggers a memory in me. And now we're back to our segment of exposing Dulce.
Why do you have to expose me? Do you not like me? Why did you create a podcast with me?
Sometimes you just say stuff that like triggers memories in my mind. And so when you said that,
I'm just like, hey, you're like.
When you said that, like, you love to play basketball, when every time you get offered basketball, like, you go all in. One time in middle school, in PE, we were given the option to, like, play basketball or it can be volleyball on the side. Or if you want, you can just sit down with your friends. Usually, Dulce would, like, be playing basketball, and me and a few of my other friends, we would just be sitting down and just watching. But that day, I don't know why, we just, like, all of us decided, oh, yeah, let's play basketball. And Dulce really does go on in. She pushes you. She will push you. Be aware of that, too. Not only the braid, but she will push you in basketball. Like, Dulce, since she really likes it and she's interested in getting better in it, she's good. Me, on the other hand, I just kind of just play whenever I can. I'm just like, okay, throw it. And so that's how I was playing that day. I was just like, whatever, like, oh, I can get the ball. Oh, no, I can't. And Dulce, I don't remember exactly how it happened. I think she got the ball, or the ball was like coming towards her. And like, instead of grabbing it, like, I think she just goes like that, and at that moment I turn around and it hits me right in the nose.
Wait, wasn't it that same time though that like I also hurt my finger?
I think so.
Okay, I've never suffered an injury in my life when it comes to sports, but that was the first time I legit like hurt my finger, and it went like if I you guys have to be on the video to see this, so I would say this is a perfect moment to jump on at Lemon Talk Podcast on YouTube, subscribe, comment, follow. My finger went like that, like it was just not normal. And and then it hit you in the face.
She got so mad about her finger getting injured. She's like, I gotta injure someone else. Like, and she just threw the basketball on my nose.
I do. Wait, was it like you suffered a lot of injuries in middle school? To be honest with you,
I honestly did. The people getting balls thrown at me. I remember falling on the floor one time. Like I was running and I just fell. I fell another time in the cement playing basketball because I tripped over some kid, or some kid tripped me. It happened so fast I don't know what exactly happened. and then I broke my leg in middle school. Like I did suffer a lot of injuries.
Guys, we should have like a head count for like every single time Joanna
Middle
got
school
hurt.
probably wasn't my time. Like, so many injuries.
That was funny. I'm sorry. Okay, so I am not. You really make me here justifying every single thing you call me out on. I want to apologize. Okay. Like Joanna said, I am really into the sport, and I'm not aggressive, I would say, but like I do enjoy it, and I do really get into the game. So, and I'm also really tall. So that's kind of like it all adds up. And so basically, I remember you got hit. I don't remember how it happened specifically, but I remember I didn't grab the ball correctly, and I think it's because didn't it come like it hit the backboard and it just went straight to me, and I was like and then I went like
I think so. And I think at that time I was just turning around and it.
Why am I laughing? I'm so mean. I want to apologize. I do not injure people for fun. It's not a hobby that I have. It was an accident. Hopefully, I can justify myself. I sound so bad.
Did feel bad after she hit me. I was just concerned if I was bleeding. I was like, am I bleeding? Because obviously my nose felt numb. Joanna! She's like, oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. Are you okay? I'm like, am I bleeding? Am I bleeding? She's like, no, you're not. I'm like, oh, okay, I'm okay, but I'm gonna sit out.
I felt so bad. No, but you know what's the worst part? That you're still friends with me after everything. Like, you chose to be part of this podcast with me.
Yeah. This is the end. Like for like I feel like we say this almost every episode, but this is the end of the podcast now. Like, bye.
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 No, but I feel bad. That was an accident, guys. Can you put me up here? You're the one exposing me. You're literally letting me justify my own actions when you're the one who brought it up.
And we have to have every podcast like a segment of just exposing Dulce. Dulce, you have to be careful with what you say, because like you just trigger memories in my head. Like,
I'm gonna limit my vocabulary to okay.
But yes, everyone, it was an accident. It was an accident.
Yes, it was an accident. Stop it.
It was an accident,
wait,
everyone.
You know what? You're making yourself look like the victim.
What did I do to you? Did I ever hit you with a basketball in the head?
I also got hurt. My hand.
Wait, you're breaking up.
I was like, woof.
You're breaking up. You're breaking up.
Yes, exactly. I got hurt.
But that wasn't my fault.
But, like, did you think I wanted that bra to hit you? Was that my master plan?
Well, maybe you did because you didn't catch it.
Ah!
You just went
back strong. Actually, now I think about it, you suffered more injuries than me, but like at the same time, I've suffered some. I don't know if you recall any of them.
I really don't. I even struggle recalling my own injuries.
I need to trigger them more.
Okay, so everyone, it was an accident. I was safe. I did not end up having a nosebleed, thankfully. Dulce said, just some advice next time. If the ball comes at you again, please grab the ball. Don't like shoo it away. Because my nose did go numb for a bit. I had to sit down.
I can just imagine all the people we went to middle school with listening to this. And they're just like, oh yeah, we remember that. Especially like the group of friends that we had, if they listen to this podcast.
Yeah. But
I'm pretty sure.
With that, let's get into our spooky stories.
Oh yeah, that's how you're gonna do the transitions now.
Yeah.
You're just gonna have a small segment. Oh yeah, we're gonna expose Dulce here. It's all good. It's all dandy.
This week, this is how the podcast are gonna go. We're gonna say the quote. Dulce is gonna say something that's gonna trigger something in my head, and I'm gonna expose her, and then we're gonna go on to our spooky stories. So we're at the spooky stories segment now. Dulce, start us off with your story.
So after being exposed, I'm gonna start off with this spooky story. It's called 2 a.m. And this story is by The Living Road. That's an interesting name. Can I be the living home? No, I'm just kidding. Okay, it goes like this. Years ago, early 90s. Let's just imagine. Just more to envision. My boyfriend was driving me home, and we saw a man laying on the ground in the strangest position. Kneeling with his head on the ground and bent at a sharp angle so that he faced the street. It was 2 in the morning and the man was covered in sweat with his eyes open. We pulled over and I hopped off the car to check on this guy. His eyes were wide open and it seemed like his face wasn't moving, but really felt like he was pleading for help. He didn't respond at all when called out to him. No blinking, glassy eyes. I reached out to touch him and he was ice cold. I'm sure he wasn't breathing. This was before cell phones, so I hopped back in my car and we speed back to my house to call 911. 10 minutes later, the police called back to ask for the cross streets again. Apparently, they arrived at the corner and there was nothing there. I verified that they had the right spot and they said they would call back if they needed any more information. That was the last time I ever heard about it. I checked the newspaper for the next few weeks, but never found anything else about the man. And that was it.
That scared me when you said that they didn't see anything. So it was probably like a ghost, like she saw a ghost.
But imagine, like, that's so weird. Like, he was like angled in a position. Like, that's really weird.
I'm not lying, my eyes got watery. Like, I got scared.
Yeah, we're not lying when we say that we're doing this like late at night. We're in our PJs. Like, we're scared. Like, the only source of light is that light that I have right here over here on the side. Joanna, I'm pretty sure she doesn't have like much light either, so we're kind of like in a spooky zone. I was so creeped out from last week's episode that I literally brought my friend here for comfort. But yeah, that was so weird and awkward. Like, imagine like you stumble across this body, right? You go out and you're trying to check out that they're okay, and then you can't, I mean, it's, and it's also like you can't report it at the moment because, like they mentioned, there's no cell phones at that time, or they didn't own any cell phones. So that's just spooky.
Yeah, I don't think usually guys, like I think I mentioned before, it takes me like an hour to go to sleep. Now it's probably gonna take me longer.
Was that one like the scariest story we that the story that scared you the most in this
As of
podcast?
right now, yeah, because that was just I got scared when you said that they didn't find him there anymore. I was like, oh
I
no.
know. And if it's a person, like, it's, and then they described him as saying that he couldn't breathe, and he was in a position. I doubt he wasn't in any condition to walk at all.
Mm-hmm.
So imagine just like, I don't know. That's just creepy. That's just creepy.
All right, so the true scary story I have to say today is by Broman Dude 69, and it's called Hello. So it goes. I went camping by myself in Maine one night. I woke up at like 3 a.m. Not being able to fall asleep, I just laid there listening to the woods. Then I heard a faint hello. I was petrified. I felt so vulnerable in the tent. I never figured out what it was. And that's it. It's really short, but I just imagined it like being in a tent by yourself and you just hear something. Like you can't go out because you're probably in the woods. Like, oh no.
I think that's like the perfect murder like movie situation. Like, you're in the middle of nowhere, you're in a tent, and it's like the only thing holding whoever is behind besides the tent or outside of the tent is like literally the tent.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
And
that's the only
like a
thing between
zipper.
you and them. Oh, no, no, no. Oh.
So the next one I have is called Bark. Now hopefully my dog doesn't start barking here.
Rocky joins the party. And this is also our last story for the night,
Yes.
or the podcast. So,
Mm-hmm.
oh, talking about barks.
Oh yeah, Dulce has a stuffed dog too. You have to go on YouTube to see the dog.
Don't bark.
Okay, so this story goes. I was home alone one day with my dog and two of my friends' dogs. Out of nowhere, they all start barking and looking up towards our loft. As they're quieting down, I hear someone in mocking, calm tone say, "Bark." They start going crazy again, and I decide it's time for a long evening walk. And that was by the man around here 69. That's scary because I know there's like some I don't know if it's real, but some people say that apparently dogs can like sense ghosts. So that's scary.
I feel like they do though. I feel like they have that sense. It's been like known for that to like actually be a fact, I think. Don't quote me on that, but I think, like you mentioned, people actually have said that.
Mm-hmm.
So that's scary. And you have a dog. Has that ever happened to you?
And not to me, but my mom says that like one time when she was home alone, that my dog Rocky was barking a lot, and she suspected that it was because of like a presence of a ghost.
Wow. I really want a dog. As you can tell, I don't really have one, so
She has the stuffed animal.
the stuffed version of it.
But there are a
Doesn't
lot
do
of
anything but cuddles.
there are a lot of responsibility. He's right there. I'm looking at him.
Oh my gosh. You're talking about Rocky behind his back. That's messed up. That's messed up.
You have to pick up his poop. You have to feed him. So Rocky doesn't let me walk away. He needs me to be standing there and watch him eat, or else he doesn't eat. I have to be standing there watching him eat.
Rocky's like, watch me eat.
I
Watch me eat.
know. Yeah, guys. So that's our Yeah, everyone. So that's our
Look at
spooky stories.
my hair.
If you're watching on YouTube, you see that Dulce is worried about how her hair looks right now towards the end of the podcast. So thank you guys for listening. I hope you enjoyed hearing our how we feel walking around the neighborhood on Halloween Day. I hope you enjoyed my. I think this is my third day in a row, like my segment exposing Dulce. I look forward
Roasting
to
Dulce. Just
hopefully like continuing it. Hopefully she keeps triggering those memories in my head.
from now on, I'm just not gonna talk anymore in these podcasts. It's just gonna be pure Joanna, so I don't trigger anything because I don't want to get exposed.
Yeah, and I hope you guys like our spooky stories. I hope we're getting you guys excited for the Halloween spirit, like for Halloween Day. Halloween is coming, so get excited, everyone. Even though it's just from our home, still be excited.
Yes. I mean, we have some. Well, later on episodes, I'm pretty sure we're gonna touch on what we're planning to do. With the situation we're currently under, and how we're celebrating Halloween. But yeah, so stay tuned for sure. Start watching us on YouTube. Listen to us on Anchor, on anywhere you listen to your podcast, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, any of that good stuff. But yeah, get hyped up for Halloween. Don't forget to keep up with these episodes. Listen to us read scary stories. Talk about more about the holiday season of, well, not Christmas, Halloween. Talk about the Halloween season, and at the same time, wait for our big reveal on October 31st. Our big costume reveal. It's gonna be really fun. So
Yeah,
you should
thank
join
you
us.
guys for listening. Hope to see you in the next podcast, which is coming out not tomorrow, but the day after that. So stay tuned for that. And goodbye from me, Dulce, and Dulce's fake dog. Bye, everyone.
Bye.